Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel, Real Growth, Real Talk, Beyond the Blueprint. Thank you for joining today. Very interestingly, we hear a lot of the time when we are conversing with individuals or we are working, we think of this word called um, cross-cultural communication. And what is really interesting is what is cross-cultural communication? So in the context, when we are working with someone, we look at cross-cultural communication as a way of building a bridge. So think of it this way: you're starting at one point and you're heading to another point, and you need a path to give you a safe path that you can have a journey and cross and be able to communicate and establish relationships. Very interesting thing in cross-cultural communication is that we hear this thing called cross-cultural relationship. And cross-cultural relationship in the context of communication is personal connection or interaction that we build with individuals when we are working. And what I would like to emphasize on cross-culture relationship is, so think of relationship as any relationship, not only romantic, but it could be a relationship with your colleague, with your supervisor, with your boss, even your relationship with your work, your relationship with your organization that you are, the love that you have, or the distaste you might have, or you might experience or feel. So it's very important when we are thinking of cross culture that we look at not only communication, but a relationship. So, what is relationship? It is basically understanding that every individual that we come in contact with or that we work with come from a diverse background. They have certain exposure to their culture. They have a certain way of looking at things. So, like the belief system, the values, the norms that are acceptable, they bring that along with them. They have that. It might not be wrong to say that we somehow all get conditioned into it. So we carry that along with us wherever we are going. And interestingly, when we come in contact with other people, we have those values, belief system or norms to tap into and find a way to communicate. So one of the good thing about cross-cultural relationship is that in the context of communication, it allows us to establish personal connection, interactions, but understand that a person might be from a different background. So how do I navigate that? How do I understand that they're coming from a different ethnicity? And how do I center my communication, my speaking to them? So you might ask me, what is the effective way then, Rafat, if you're saying that, you need to understand? So one of the biggest thing that I tell all my students, all my clients, everyone is that please understand that active listening, that's the first thing that you have to incorporate when you're establishing relationships, especially across culture. The active listening, a lot of the time we say that the main idea is to have a 40-60 rule, where you 60% of the time listening, 40% of the time you're speaking. But when you are incorporating active listening, what you're really trying to do is understand in what context it is being said, give your full attention. So if a person has, because sometimes we have con conscious or unconscious biases. So if a person is speaking with certain accent, we might just get a little bit judgmental or biased, and we want to leave that out and actively listen. That in what context, with what expression, with which emotion the message is being conveyed. So that's the first thing that I encourage all my students to do. The second thing is challenge yourself. So how do I challenge myself? Challenge yourself will give you a learning opportunity. So uh, you will never, and it's very rare that you will almost every single time have a perfect conversation without offending someone. Right. So there are misunderstanding that happens because of the culture nuisance that we have, because we have different values. So what my suggestions is that challenge to navigate. So try going and sitting in with people from different backgrounds. Attend a function that has been happening for at your colleague's place that comes from a different background, that have different values. when you participate, when you become a part of it, when you engage in it, it gives you that idea that, okay, there is a world beyond yours. There is a broader spectrum, a horizon that opens you up to it. And as I said, the other one is learning opportunity. Once you open yourself up, you grow, you learn, you understand, you start to look at things that you appreciate, you start to question things that you do, you start to look at your organization, your everything in a different light. And what it really does is it start putting perspective into things for you. So again, don't look at it a romantic partnership only. When we talk about relationship, it's your relationship with your colleagues that are coming from different backgrounds. Think of the business collaborations that you'll be doing it. Think of the friendship you'll be forming with people when you will be traveling abroad for your, let's say, multinational company. So think of all those things and then construct yourself in a way that allows you to establish relationship. So I will conclude that with just one thing that challenges will come. People will say things that will be uh, not resonating, or you might be very hesitant how you should speak, but challenge yourself. So for today, I'm leaving you with one thing. If you could go and attend an event, which could be just sitting in a coffee shop observing someone that is from different background, not staring, of course, we don't want to offend people. Um, Maybe just inviting yourself to your colleague's place and says, hey, I want to come over for a cup of tea. It might sound very difficult, believe me, and please leave me a comment below if you have practiced it, and I would love to revert back on it. But do that. Go somewhere that makes you very uncomfortable with in a different background, if for different ethnic background or from different values, and see what sort of reaction it generates within you, and then try to see how is it different from your values, and do you have conscious or unconscious biases, and then we will navigate that relationship. We'll start looking at it. So if it happens at the work environment, how can I move forward with it? How can I create my own strategy so that I can navigate this challenge? As I said, I will leave you with this today. Thank you so much for listening to me. Hope to hear from you. Leave me a comment below. If a topic is not clear or you need further assistance on any of the topic or any specific topic that you would like me to share with you, that will be a pleasure and honor. So I'll see you in next episode next week on Sunday. Take care.